She said at the party, I wish I'd come single. I'd be having more fun loud enough for everyone to hear. I said, let's fix that, and left. Her 47 missed calls that night when her ride home left without her were priceless. I'm 29, work in software development, took my girlfriend Madison to her friend's birthday party last Saturday. We'd been together 18 months and honestly things had been feeling off for a while. She'd been making little comments here and there about how I wasn't fun enough, how I never wanted to do anything exciting. Translation: I had a normal job and didn't want to blow money at clubs every weekend. The party was at Austin's place. He's Madison's college friend, part of that group she's always talking about. The fun crew. They all have marketing jobs or work in social media, make decent money, act like they're still in a frat house. I drove us there. My car, my gas. Standard arrangement since Madison's lease ended and she didn't see the point in getting another car when I could drive us everywhere. Should have been a red flag, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Party was exactly what I expected. Loud music, people doing shots, everyone talking about their content and personal brand. I'm in software development. We don't really speak the same language, but I tried. Made conversation, nursed a beer, stayed near Madison. Around 10, she was 3 drinks deep holding court with her friends near the kitchen island. I was maybe 15 feet away talking to Austin's roommate about sports. Then I heard it. Madison's voice, loud enough to cut through the music. I wish I'd come single tonight. I'd be having so much more fun. Everyone in that kitchen heard it. Her friends laughed. A couple people glanced at me. My face went hot. I walked over. Hey, can we talk for a sec? She rolled her eyes. Oh my God, Connor, I'm just joking around. Didn't sound like a joke. You're being sensitive. Go get another drink or something. Her friend Isabel snickered. Yeah, Connor, lighten up. Something in me just clicked off. That cold clarity you get when you realize you're done. You know what? You're right. Madison blinked. What? You should have come single. Let's fix that. I pulled my keys out of my pocket. Have fun. Find your own ride home. Her eyes went wide. Wait, what? You heard me. I'm leaving. You wanted to be single tonight? Congrats. Connor, I was kidding. Cool. Enjoy your night. I turned and walked out. Heard her calling after me, but I didn't stop. Got in my car and drove home. The whole drive my phone buzzed nonstop in the cup holder. I didn't look at it once. Got home around 10:45. Finally checked my phone. 32 missed calls, 50-something texts still coming in. The texts were a progression. 10:13. Connor, seriously, come back. This isn't funny. Everyone's asking where you went. I'm embarrassed. 10:28. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you please come get me? Isabel left already and Austin said he's too drunk to drive. 10:41. Uber keeps canceling on me. This is ridiculous. 11:03. The Uber canceled on me again. Another one canceled. Okay, I'm really sorry, I was being stupid. Please answer. 11:37. Connor, I don't have enough battery to keep calling Ubers and my phone is dying. Some guy offered me a ride, but I don't know him and I'm scared. I stared at that last text for a solid minute. Part of me felt guilty. Most of me remembered her laughing with her friends while she embarrassed me in front of everyone. I texted back one line. You wanted to be single tonight. Figure it out. Then I turned off my phone and went to bed. But here's what I didn't know yet. What I'd discover over the next few days that would make everything make sense. Madison hadn't just made an offhand, drunk comment at a party. She'd been setting something up, testing boundaries. Seeing how much she could get away with. That party comment was just the latest in a pattern I'd been too close to see. Because when I looked back at the last 6 months, really looked, the signs were everywhere. The way she'd stopped offering to pay for anything. The way she'd gradually moved more and more of her stuff into my apartment without ever discussing living together. The way she'd let her lease expire and just assumed she could stay with me permanently. The way she complained about everything I did while contributing nothing. I thought I was being a good boyfriend. Supportive, understanding, generous. Turns out I was being a doormat, and that party comment wasn't a joke. It was her announcing to everyone that she could disrespect me publicly and I'd just take it. She was wrong. Update 1. Woke up Sunday morning to discover Madison had in fact figured it out. She'd gotten a ride from Austin's neighbor, some girl she barely knew who took pity on her around 1:30. Cost her $60 in gas money, but that wasn't the end of it, not even close. Sunday afternoon she showed up at my apartment. I heard pounding on the door around noon. Connor, open up. We need to talk. I opened it. She looked rough. Smudged makeup, same dress from last night, hair a mess. Can I come in? Not really in the mood for visitors. Her face went red. Are you serious right now? You abandoned me at a party. I left a party. You stayed. Big difference. I didn't have a ride. You told everyone you wished you came single. Seemed like you didn't want me there anyway. I was joking around. God, why are you being like this? Like what? Someone who doesn't appreciate being disrespected in front of your friends? Disrespected. She actually laughed. You're so dramatic. It was one comment that everyone heard. One comment your friends thought was hilarious. They were laughing because it was funny. You're always so serious. Then date someone less serious. Problem solved. She stared at me. What are you saying? I'm saying I'm done, Madison. Done being your chauffeur. Done being the boring boyfriend you complain about. Done. You're breaking up with me over a joke. I'm breaking up with you because you don't respect me. The joke was just the final straw. Tears started forming. Right on schedule. Connor, please, I love you. I was drunk and being stupid. It won't happen again. You're right, it won't. Because we're done. But where am I supposed to go? That threw me. What do you mean? I've been staying here 4 nights a week. My stuff is here. Your stuff is 3 outfits and a toothbrush. Take them. You know I gave up my apartment because we were practically living together. Actually, no. She gave up her apartment because the lease ended and she didn't want to sign a new one. Said she was basically living with me anyway, so why waste money? I'd never actually agreed to live together officially. That was your choice. I never asked you to move in. Are you kidding me right now? Madison, you need to leave. Where am I supposed to stay? Not my problem. Maybe Isabel's place, or Austin's, or literally anyone from that party who thought your joke was so funny. She started full-on crying. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I didn't do anything. You made your choice at that party. I'm making mine now. You're an asshole, maybe. But I'm an asshole who's not wasting any more time on someone who doesn't respect him. She grabbed her stuff, which really was just some clothes and toiletries, and stormed out. Slammed the door hard enough to rattle the frame. Felt weird after she left. Not sad exactly, more like relieved. Then Monday morning, the real fun started. Got a text from her friend Isabel. You know Madison cried all night because of you, right? You're a jerk. Blocked. Got a call from Austin. Answered out of curiosity. Dude, what the hell? Madison's devastated. She'll get over it. Over a joke? You're really ending things over that? Did you hear what she said? Yeah, it was funny. You're being uptight. Cool. Thanks for your input. Hung up. Then came the Instagram post. Madison posted a long story about toxic relationships and emotionally abusive men who abandon you for one mistake. Tagged it with about 50 mental health hashtags. Didn't respond. Didn't even look at it more than once, but apparently it got attention. Started getting messages from people we knew. Some supportive, some asking what happened, some straight up calling me names. The best one came from Madison's sister Peyton. She called Tuesday evening. You left my sister stranded at a party in the middle of the night. What kind of man does that? The kind who gets disrespected in front of a room full of people. She was drunk and made a stupid comment. You're supposed to be the adult here. I was the adult. I removed myself from a situation where I wasn't wanted. She didn't have a way home. She had a phone. She had money. She made it home fine because some stranger took pity on her. Not my problem. She wanted to be single that night. I granted her wish. You're unbelievable. My sister gave up everything for you. What exactly did she give up? Her apartment she didn't want to pay for anymore. The car she let sit because I drove her everywhere. Please enlighten me. She gave up her independence. No, she traded her independence for convenience. Then complained about me the entire time. I'm not interested in being someone's personal chauffeur and ATM. Peyton hung up on me. But here's what started happening that I didn't expect. People from the party started reaching out, not to attack me, to tell me their side of things. First was Nathan, one of Austin's roommates. He texted Wednesday morning. Hey man, I was at the party Saturday. Just wanted to say I heard what Madison said. That was messed up. You had every right to leave. I appreciated that. Then Trevor, another guy from the party. Dude, everyone's acting like you're the bad guy, but Madison's been talking trash about you for months. We all knew she was using you for rides and your apartment. She literally told Isabel last month she was never getting another car because why would she when you drive her everywhere? That hit different. Not surprising, but hearing it confirmed stung. Then came the twist I didn't see coming. Thursday afternoon, I got a call from Austin. Different tone this time. Hey Connor, I need to talk to you about something. What's up? Madison's been staying at my place since Sunday. Okay. She's driving me insane. She expects me to cook for her, drive her places, pay for everything. She ate my groceries, didn't replace anything, then complained I didn't have the snacks she likes. When I asked her to chip in for food, she said I was being cheap. Sounds familiar. Is this what you dealt with? For 18 months, yeah. How did you not lose your mind? I did. That's why I left. I'm kicking her out tomorrow. Just wanted to give you a heads up in case she shows up at your place again. Appreciate that. And Austin, thanks for calling. Yeah, man, I get it now. What she said at the party wasn't the problem. It was everything else. Update 2 Friday evening I got a text from Trevor. You're not going to believe this. He sent me a screenshot. Instagram story from Isabel. A video of Madison clearly drunk, crying to the camera about how she gave up everything for a man who threw her away over nothing, how she was learning to love herself again, how toxic men will show their true colors eventually. The video had hundreds of views. Comments were mixed. Some supportive, some skeptical, some straight up calling her out. One comment from someone named Anthony caught my attention. Weren't you the one who said you wished you came single at the party? That's what started this, right? Isabel's reply, that's taken out of context. Anthony, I was there. She said it loud enough for everyone to hear, including Connor. Wasn't taken out of context at all. Trevor sent another screenshot. More people from the party were commenting. The narrative was falling apart. She really thought no one would call her out, Trevor wrote. Entitled people always think they're the victim, I replied. The next day Nathan messaged me. Madison got into a fight with Austin. He's kicking her out. Thought you should know she's probably going to come after you again. Thanks for the heads up. Sure enough, Sunday night. Doorbell rang. I checked the camera. Madison, Peyton, and someone who looked like their mom. I didn't open the door, spoke through the camera. What do you want? Madison's mom spoke up. Young man, we need to talk about this situation. No, we don't. My daughter is in crisis because of you. Your daughter is in crisis because she made bad choices. That's not my problem. You will not speak about my daughter that way. Then leave my property. Madison started crying. Connor, please, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Can we just talk? We have nothing to talk about. I know I messed up. I know I said something stupid. But you're really going to throw away 18 months over that? I'm not throwing anything away. You did that at the party. I'm just not picking up the pieces. I have nowhere to go. That's not my responsibility. You owe me. Her voice changed, angry now. I gave up my apartment for you. No, you didn't. Stop lying. I stayed with you. I was your girlfriend. You're supposed to help me. I don't owe you anything, Madison. We're done. Move on. You're just like every other asshole guy. You use women and throw them away. I didn't use you. You used me. Free place to stay, free rides everywhere, free everything. And you complained the whole time. I'm done being used. Her mom jumped back in. How dare you? I ended the camera connection. Turned the volume off. Let them yell at the door for another 10 minutes before they finally left. But then Monday brought the twist that really showed me I'd made the right choice. I got a message from Isabel, not attacking me this time, different energy entirely. I owe you an apology. I didn't understand what was really going on until Madison stayed with me this week. I was surprised she was reaching out. What happened? She borrowed $300 from me last Tuesday, said she needed it for rent at a new place. Then posted Instagram stories all weekend of her at brunch getting her nails done. When I asked for my money back, she said she'd pay me eventually. I told her she needed to find somewhere else to stay. Sorry you had to deal with that. I'm starting to understand why you left. She did the same thing to Austin and Trevor. And pretty much everyone who tried to help her. We all thought you were the problem, but you weren't. I appreciate you telling me that. She's telling everyone you destroyed her life, but we're all comparing notes now. She's been doing this to everyone, using people until they set boundaries, then playing victim when they cut her off. That's exactly what happened. I'm sorry I called you a jerk. You were right to leave. Isabel wasn't the only one. Over the next few days, I heard from Austin, Trevor, Nathan, even some of Madison's other friends. Same story from everyone. She'd stayed with them, expected them to fund her lifestyle, got angry when they asked her to contribute, then painted them as villains when they kicked her out. The friends who'd initially sided with her were now seeing the pattern. The Instagram post about toxic relationships. She deleted it after people from the party kept commenting with the truth about what she'd said. The victim narrative she'd tried to build was crumbling because too many people had witnessed her behavior firsthand. Wednesday, I got a message from Nathan. Madison's moving back to her hometown, staying with her parents. Thought you'd want to know it's finally over. Appreciate the update. One more thing. She's telling everyone she had to leave town because you made her life impossible here. Just wanted you to know that's not true. She burned bridges with literally everyone who tried to help her. I figured. But the real kicker came Thursday. Trevor sent me a link to a Facebook post. Madison's mom had written a long post about how her daughter had been forced to move home after being abandoned by her boyfriend and betrayed by her friends during a mental health crisis. The post painted me as an abuser and her friends as cruel and heartless. The comments section was interesting, though. Several people who knew Madison from high school had commented, talking about how she'd done similar things before. How she'd moved in with boyfriends after a few months and expected them to support her. How she'd borrowed money from friends and never paid them back. How she always had a crisis that required other people to rescue her. The pattern went back years. I hadn't been special. I'd just been the most recent target. Update 3, it's been 5 weeks since the party. Things have finally settled down. Madison stopped trying to contact me after the doorstep incident. Heard through Nathan that she moved back to her hometown about an hour away, staying with her parents. Apparently they're making her pay rent and contribute to groceries. She's not happy about it. Peyton sent one final text from another number. I hope you're happy. Madison had to quit her job and move home because of you. I blocked it without responding. But according to Nathan, that's not what happened. Madison got fired from her marketing job for too many unexcused absences. She'd been calling out sick when she was really just hungover or didn't feel like going. They warned her twice. She did it again. They let her go. The narrative she's spinning is that she had to leave town because I made her life impossible. Reality is she couldn't afford to stay after losing her income and burning bridges with everyone who'd been letting her couch surf. Austin told her she needed to find somewhere else to stay after she kept expecting him to feed her, drive her places, basically fund her life. When he asked her to chip in for groceries, she called him cheap. He kicked her out the next day. Isabel cut her off after the borrowed money incident. Madison said she'd pay her back eventually. Isabel blocked her. Trevor had a similar experience. She stayed with him for 3 days, ate his food, used his streaming accounts, complained his apartment was too small. When he suggested she look for her own place, she accused him of abandoning her during a crisis. The friend group basically dissolved over it. Half of them sided with Madison initially but changed their minds when they saw the entitled behavior firsthand. The other half knew from the start she was in the wrong. Trevor invited me to a barbecue at his place last weekend. Ran into Nathan there. He pulled me aside. Dude, I owe you an apology. For what? For not saying something at the party. I heard what Madison said, saw your face. I should have backed you up, not your fight. Yeah, but still. We all knew she was treating you like her personal chauffeur and ATM. None of us said anything because, I don't know, we figured it was your relationship. But watching how she's acted since you left, man, you dodged a bullet. Appreciate that. For what it's worth, everyone knows the truth now. She tried spinning it like you're this monster, but too many people were at that party. They heard what she said. They know she brought this on herself. Felt validating, honestly. Not that I needed validation, but it was nice to know I wasn't crazy. As for me, I'm doing fine. Better than fine, actually. My apartment feels like mine again. I'm not spending half my paycheck on someone else's lifestyle. I'm not driving across town 3 times a week for someone who complains the entire time. I'm not walking on eggshells trying not to be too boring. Been hanging out with friends more. Picked up running again. Actually have time and money for hobbies. Went on a date last week. Nothing serious, just coffee with someone I matched with on an app. We talked about books and travel. She paid for her own coffee. Didn't complain once about how I wasn't fun enough. Is it weird that felt revolutionary? That someone could just be pleasant, not make everything about what I wasn't doing for them. My therapist says I was in a pattern of accepting less than I deserved. That Madison's behavior was emotionally draining and I normalized it because it happened gradually. The party comment wasn't the problem. It was the final straw of 18 months of being taken for granted. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. The way she never offered to pay. The way she complained about my apartment but refused to contribute to rent. The way she'd make plans and expect me to drive her. The way she criticized me for not being spontaneous while expecting me to fund her spontaneity. I ignored all of it because I thought that's what relationships were. Compromise, sacrifice, putting up with stuff. But there's a difference between compromise and being a doormat. Took me too long to figure that out. The funniest part, she really thought I'd come crawling back. That the threat of losing her would scare me into apologizing and taking her back. That I'd be so desperate to not be alone that I'd accept being disrespected. Instead, I'm here. Single, peaceful, actually happy. She's back home with her parents, unemployed, burning through her friend group, learning that actions have consequences. Some people might think I was too harsh. that I should have given her another chance. That leaving her at the party was petty. Maybe it was petty, but it was also the wake-up call I needed. The moment I realized I'd rather be alone than be with someone who didn't respect me. And honestly, being alone is pretty great. Got a text yesterday from an unknown number, didn't recognize it, opened it anyway. Hey, this is Nathan. Madison asked me for your new address. I told her I didn't have it. Just wanted to give you a heads up that she's still not over it. Thanks, man. Appreciate the warning. No problem. Also, if you're ever down to grab a beer, let me know. You seem like good people. Will do. Blocked Madison's old numbers preemptively. Changed my social media to private, not taking any chances. The way I see it, I'm not the one who screwed up. I'm not the one who publicly humiliated my partner. I'm not the one who expected someone to bankroll my lifestyle. I'm not the one who burned bridges trying to avoid accountability. I just stopped accepting disrespect. If that makes me the bad guy in her story, I'm fine with that. Because in my story, I'm finally the main character. To anyone dealing with something similar, when someone publicly disrespects you, believe what you're seeing. When someone expects you to fund their lifestyle while criticizing yours, that's not partnership. Walk away. You're choosing yourself.